Welcome to the Starry-Eyed Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Jen. On this show, we talk about all things Williams syndrome. We're excited to share our community with you. Thanks for being here.
Very codependent on each other, and I just kind of had to break free of that. And
Yeah.
Got to break free.
I've got to break free.
Break free.
I hope that's our intro.
But no, Marn
Is now.
an amazing woman and one of my best friends. So yeah.
Yeah, she was really fun to chat with.
Yeah, her and I, we met like I think the first or second year in camp in Nashville, and the first thing she said was me. I was like, "Hey, do you have a girlfriend?"
You've been putting it out there for a while.
Oh yeah, I was like,
Brian. Brendan, when you have that raw magnetism, it's hard, man. I know how it is when you don't mean to just be so unbelievably awesome. It's something.
I'm just me.
It's something that is just put upon us.
I am incredibly awkward, so that's usually like what I first put out there.
We're coming right up on episode 50.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be coming. That'll be the next part of our text thread. Will be, what are we going to do? What should we do for our 50th show? We also officially crossed the 10,000 audio downloads mark, which is awesome. So thank you to everyone who is listening to this show. Yeah. I mean, the video version is great, but some people just still like to listen to us. I'm assuming in your car or while you're cleaning or doing whatever. Love it. Other things that are going on, just gearing up. We are now 164 days away from the Adventure Seekers cruise. So we are having meetings about that and trying to figure out what everyone's, trying to help everyone figure out. It's so clear, we already can tell, it's so clear those who have done cruises before and those who have no idea what they're doing and have never done anything like this before. Like, it is so evident. You're just like, what do I do? How is this? And they're like, oh, you're fine. It'll make sense. And I'm like, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, do you all your excursions? Because you got to do that. Or
have not, which I need to do. I sort of plan on next week when we're all down in Orlando together to just sort of like during dinner sometime just take my app over to Sarah and just like help me. What this one looks cool. Is that like So I'll figure it. But most of the time also I don't anticipate. There's going to be some days where I think I'll probably just want to stay on the boat too.
Yeah.
There's just so much to do, but
or flee
and hide and say
get off and go to a bar and sit there.
Fun
Get your orange slice tattoo. What was it?
No, that'll be a week from. It'll be a week from Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I go from Orlando with the staff right to New Orleans and as part of the wedding celebration, and then we'll go do that. I think I'm gonna get it up here, and then I'll be able to show it without too much effort.
Your muscles, like on your
essentially right on that shoulder. Maybe I don't know if I'll put it like on the side. Or if I'll kind of have it a little bit more forward.
You'll be wearing a lot of tank tops or
me. Sun's out, guns out.
Guns out, bro.
I can't, because sometimes you just gotta unleash the pythons. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's gonna be impossible to cut this intro because it's just absurd.
It's absurd right now.
It's insane in the membrane, insane in the brain.
January is weird and doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
No
sense.
None at all.
Well, since nothing makes sense, should we just get right into it with Marnie, our awesome guest, Marnie? How long did you say you've known her, Brendan?
Probably like 20-something years.
20.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and I are very close. Yeah.
You're pretty. I mean, I'm probably not saying anything that is like shocking to anybody, but you're a real loyal guy. Like when you find a friend, it's hard to, you're pretty stuck with them, aren't you?
Well, I am a Leo, so I look.
I'm
My
nodding my head
stepdad
like I
is a
know
Leo too, so
I know what a Leo. I don't know the qualities of a Leo.
but I'm loyalty is everything,
That's
you
like
know.
heart, lion, like the heart,
You
like the
know,
lion, and like Wizard of Oz. Except you're not
I mean,
very, very
I
passionate.
learned that, people come and go, life continues, but the people that truly want to be in your life will be in your life and will stick around. And the people that truly have your best interest in heart, no matter how many ups or downs you have, will always be there. And Marn is one of those people, has always been one of those people.
I think everyone's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and if you want to send her beads,
Yeah.
If you want to
yeah.
send her beads, write to us at podcast@williams-syndrome.org, and
Yep.
we'll somehow get you in touch with her so that you can send her beads.
Yes, and before we go, I just want to read a quote from a fortune cookie that I got the other day, and it says, "A real friend is a person who would rather be around you than anywhere else."
Aw, well,
So,
I would rather be with the two of you than to be with the finest people in the world.
yep.
You would. I'm sure you
And
would.
I would not do this with anybody else other than you two. So,
Anybody.
Hey, Jen.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. You have a real cute sweater on. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Brendan,
It's really cold in Richmond, Virginia right now. It's like 40 degrees, but it's been snowing here. So there's been a lot of complications. I haven't even been able to work since Sunday, which is wild. I've had a
Yeah.
wild week.
yeah, we feel you. Me and Brendan, we feel you a lot.
we feel you a lot. So, for those who don't know who you are, Marn, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Hi, I'm Marna. I am 41 years old. I live in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a disability advocate. I have done many different disability trainings, Partners in Policy, Youth Leadership Forum, other things in the Richmond, Virginia area. I work at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. I'm a gallery associate when I'm not there. I also do more disability trainings with my coworkers and employees there. We have a diversity director named Patrick. He's been there for over 2 years now, and he's really fun to work with. I enjoy the environment that I work in, and I love the people and I love the art that I get to see every day.
It's awesome.
You sound busy.
It's a good job. I mean, hey, it gets me to be out with people. It gets me to help, people who don't understand disabled people. And it gets them to change their mind some of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, have you always lived in Virginia?
I've lived off and on in Virginia for about 30 years now. I'm 41, almost 42. I love it here. There's a diverse atmosphere. There's really good artists around the town. I love the people that I work with. Some of them are artists themselves, and there's a lot of fun activities to do. And I love the people that I, see every day.
Yeah, where did you grow up then if you weren't in Virginia?
Back and forth. It just depends on, I think I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I'm not sure. But we've lived here for about 20 years now.
20 years. Okay, so since you were an adult.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Like how it's always interesting to know how like adult life with a disability compares to like when you were younger and growing up with Williams syndrome.
A lot of times people think that it's going to be a sad situation where their son or daughter won't make it in the world. And people have told me that I would never keep a job. I've kept jobs. They said that I wouldn't be educated enough. I'm educated. They said that I wouldn't be able to go to school. I've gone to school. I've taken myself places where most people don't dare to go. And I pride myself on educating people that you can be somebody in the workforce. You just have to show them what you're capable of. And if it takes me time to do something, I will make sure that I get it right and I will do what's best. And if it takes me longer, then I educate myself on, why it took me longer to do something in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a good skill set, I think, for anybody. I mean, I know I do a lot of self-reflection on things that I could do faster or better and that I need more knowledge about. So I commend you for doing that. What was it like growing up with Williams syndrome? Did you know from a young age that you had it?
We discovered when I had it at age 10 and or before that, we saw a genetic counselor and they ran tests to double check to make sure. And it was because my dad knew somebody who would come to his store when he worked at a jewelry store, and he told my mom, yeah, that signs that Marna has and it is Williams syndrome. So they got me tested and they found out that I did have it. I had heart surgery age 10 to fix my aorta. I've been through a lot of like pain management and a lot of like stuff that most people are afraid of because they're afraid that it's not going to work out for them.
Mhm.
I go to a chiropractor a lot. I don't do normal stuff that normal people will think will help.
Yeah.
But a chiropractor has helped me with my medical stuff. So I give them credit for some of that too.
Oh yeah. Like what kind of medical stuff that they help you with?
Pain management. I have a lot of motor issues with my legs and hands, and they've helped me a lot, increase that a lot.
Good.
With the jewelry making, again, it's for me learning how to adapt with different things and how to use different tools and stuff.
Mhm.
And I try to do as best as I can. And if not, I have a person that will help me work on it, and we work on it together.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big believer in like a lot of those alternative ways to deal with like inflammation or muscle stiffness. So I think it's great that you're doing that. And a lot of times they are more helpful strategies.
Yep. I use this product called EO, and I recommend everyone to start changing to EO. It's organic, it's holistic, it's essential oils, and the 3-in-1s are so amazing. They have some that are not scented, they have some for kids, some for adults, some for men, and some for women. And I believe that if you're using like different soaps that are harming you, maybe you should try something new that will help, because a lot of disabled people with Williams syndrome are hypersensitive, and some of these soaps have harsh chemicals. And maybe like learning about EOs, maybe some people will say that I've helped them in the future with that too.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You could use that on your back, Brendan. He had a back spasm last night.
They do have oils that you could use and diffuse too. It's so fun. I love them.
Cool. I'll take a look. I'll look into it for sure.
That's super cool. So will you do, so you have to take me back now. You work at an art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also doing disability advocacy. And then did you say you make jewelry also?
Yes, I do. My jewelry on Instagram is called M by Marna. It's capital M, capital B,
Okay.
lowercase y, capital MARNA.
All right. And what kind of jewelry are you making? Oh, I found you. Okay.
Necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. I have some stuff of necklaces that were messed up, but I do have some bracelets and earrings that I've done.
Oh, this looks like so fun. How did you get into making jewelry?
One of my best friends taught me how to do it, and then I started educating myself more and more. And so yeah, that's how I got into it. I love it. It gives me, extra time to talk to people about like, what's your favorite jewelry? Do you like inexpensive, expensive? And then some people ask me about my jewelry and like how much it is, and I tell them, and my coworkers buy from me sometimes. I do markets a lot of the time, and sometimes I go to one of my friends' hairstyle. She cuts hair, and so her hairstyle owner allowed me to do some stuff previously before.
That's so cool. Yeah, and I'm kind of interested in like jewelry. I think takes a lot of fine motor skill
It
to.
definitely does. It definitely does. It's a challenge, and I enjoy it a whole lot.
Yeah. Did you not have the fine motor challenges? Like my daughter Stella, who has Williams syndrome, she's 14. Like
Hmm.
that's a big challenge for her would be to do something like that. Is it something that you struggled with as well and then just over time got better?
Yeah, I've struggled with my dexterity issues my whole life. It's a hassle, but every day I have challenges and I just work through it as much as I can.
Yeah. What do you think has like with jewelry making, what do you think helps you with that?
Learning how to use tools in a way that most people won't think outside of the box to use.
Okay. How so?
Like, for instance, if I have sea beads and I need to pick them up, I don't pick them up with my hands because it's difficult for me to grab them
Yeah,
with my hands. So I use either a needle to grab them or I'll use a different tool to grab them.
Oh, yeah, you have good eyesight then. You must be able to like I can't see very well, so I would struggle like just seeing those little beads.
Yeah, I have to keep patient. Sometimes it's difficult more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like that part because you get to work on things that are more challenging. Oh, I see your kitty in the background. I see a kitty tail.
She
Yeah.
interrupts me every time I'm in work meetings on Zoom or anything. So she'll like sit on top of me with her backside towards me with her tail sticking up on my face. And everyone's just like, Marna, get your cat down. I'm like, I can't control her.
That's
Oh, Twyla.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so you jewelry is kind of your side hustle. And so which job, I guess, takes up the like most chunk of your time? Is it the art studio? Is it the disability advocacy?
It's the art museum. Most of the time, it's 4 hours a day. Um, and I try to keep my jewelry up to 2 hours a day, depending on what I'm feeling. There are days when I'm not wanting to do something, and that's okay. I don't have to.
Yeah.
There are days where I just sit and organize my jewelry, figure out what colors and textures I want to buy next, and I look online to see if there's anything that sparks my interest. And other friends deliver me some beads and stuff to work on, and I work on them and let them know when they're done, and they look at them and they like them a lot. So
Yeah. How did you get into the art studio work?
I was previously working at Whole Foods,
Mhm.
and they were changing different programs, and they wanted me to do stuff that I wasn't comfortable with. And oh, okay. I decided to leave when I felt like enough was enough.
Mhm.
And so there was a job. One of my friends used to be a security guard at a mall, and they were hiring, but the requirements were you have to drive. I don't drive. I never will drive. And
Right.
I've learned to accept it. But at the museum, I could just walk around in the galleries, making sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing and just making a difference in people's lives, helping them know about gallery rules and why we, require these rules. Some rules change periodically, some don't. Anyway, yeah, it's fun working there. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. And when I first was out of college, I did a little stint at an art studio and I found it very peaceful and
Yeah.
yeah, like creative, right? There's a lot of creativity around you and I'm probably not sophisticated to understand it all, but I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I've had people ask me, what it's like working at the museum and what quirks there are. And, I think that, people want to work at the at a art museum regardless. They need to know what they're getting into because sometimes it may not be the right thing for them and they
Mhm.
just have to know if it is the right thing for them.
Yeah. So how is it the right fit for you?
Because I'm a people person and I love being around different things and I like being around events and stuff.
Do you live with your parents, Marna?
Nope, I live by myself. My
Ooh,
mom's next door if I need any help or anything,
that's cool.
but I'm
So
capable of living on my own with minor support.
yeah. Yeah, you are, girl. I like that. I like that confidence. How long have you been living by yourself?
For about 10 to 15 years, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. So like, do you guys live like next to each other in like a paired housing, or how is it?
I have a loft. Yeah, so I have a small loft. I take care of it. I do most of the cleaning on my own with minor supports. If I need help, I'll ask. But if not, I know what I'm doing. So,
Yeah. Do you have like a kitchen and stuff? Do you like make your own food and
yep, I have a small kitchen with a microwave. That's how I do my food.
yeah.
Um, or I'll go get something if I want something.
Yeah, yeah. I hear a lot from the people in the Williams syndrome community that there's a lot of anxiety about maybe living on their own. And I had thought maybe I can't remember when it was a couple of guests ago. I was like, I wonder if it's because like you are such people persons people that
Social
you
butterflies.
yeah, that you exactly. That's a good way to say it. That it's like you just want to be around somebody and live with somebody, which is cool. But sounds like you like living alone.
I like living alone. It's fun. I do my own thing when I want to, go out when I need to, come back to work if I have to, go to and from different places. Being independent is not difficult. You just have to have minor supports, and that's what I have. If I need help, I'll ask for help. And if I don't get an answer from someone, then I move on to the next person until I get the answer if necessary.
Yeah. Ooh, we're similar in that way. Like I just keep going until I find what I need. How did you decide to live on your own? Was that something that you initiated with your family, or is that something that they initiated with you, or you both were like, we need to live apart?
Um, I basically, told my mom once I left school and I was done with school, in high school that I wanted to have my own loft,
Yeah.
or, something stable
Hmm.
to live in where I could do my own thing, have my own TV, have my own, setups and stuff. And so I just felt that it was necessary to learn to live on my own and provide for myself on my own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate that for sure. What are some of the challenges that come with living alone that you've seen?
Definitely when Twyla wants something at the stroke of midnight, and I'm like, go to bed because I'm in bed,
Yeah.
and she wants something, so I have to get up and feed her and quiet her down so that I could go back to bed. Or if something like outside were happening, like we have a bunch of squirrels that like to jump on branches and stuff at night, and since it snowed recently, just things like that. Like I try to, tell myself that it's just outside, I can handle it. It's not a big deal. If there's something that is a big deal, then I will text my mom and be like, hey, we need to fix this right away. This is not safe, and I hope that someday other disabled people with Williams syndrome can live on their own and learn from me that you can do stuff. You just have to learn how to do it and learn how to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it something that you eased into? Did you just go cold turkey? Like when I turned 18, I was like, see ya, I am leaving this house and I am on my own. And I was. Or were you like, like maybe I stay a couple nights in the loft and then I go back to my parents, or I hang out with my parents for dinner and now you don't? Like, has it been a
It
trans?
just the transition was easy. I was in a relationship for a long time. And that's why we initially changed the Outback so that I could live on my own. Yeah, it's not easy, but it is fun. I enjoy having friends over. I enjoy, telling them what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, and they know. They know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Brendan, you lived on your own for a while, right?
I did. I did for about a year. But I also went away to school in which, stayed over. So I kind of got used to the fact of like living on my own and becoming independent in, Marna aspect. And yeah, I lived on my own for a year with a friend, and yeah, it was definitely an experience for sure.
Yeah. Living with a roommate is hard.
Yeah, no, it was tough, because I like to go out and do things and try and bring him along, and it just, it wasn't like that, so, but, in the end it didn't work out, and that's fine. But him and I are still very close, and we talk all the time.
I don't have a roommate because I like living on my own. It's better that way for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better that way for me too, except I have a bunch of people who live in my house. Of them now. No, I love them. I love them. That's for sure. Well, is there anything that you feel that's important to share with the Williams syndrome community? I mean, sometimes we get people who listen to this, like me, like a parent who's trying to learn about Williams syndrome. And I love talking to adults because I feel like it's like a sneak preview into maybe what Stella's life could look like. So I like the idea of trying to learn so I can be ready to help her. But there could also be people that are listening to this for the first time, right? And know nothing about Williams syndrome. So what comes to your heart when you think about just having a disability like Williams syndrome and having all the success that you've had as an adult living with Williams syndrome?
There are many parents that say that they feel that their kids, or adult, disabled people can't live on their own, or don't know what they're talking about, or don't know, what they're doing, or they're not educated enough, or they're not able to do certain things. I've fought for my whole entire life, and I will continue to fight for my whole life. Parents, my recommendation for you is talk to a genetic counselor. Learn from me. There is a good genetic counseling school in Richmond, VCU. And I recommend anybody who is a genetic counselor educate people, because it's not too late to save a life. But I also wonder why people sometimes think disabled people aren't capable, because we certainly are. We work hard just as much as everyone else does.
Yeah. I mean, girl, well said. Well said. Yeah, I think you're right. And I do think we are seeing society start to shift their mindset of what people with disabilities are capable of. And but even in our own community, right, we have like a spectrum of people like you who and Brendan who are super high functioning, like out living your best lives, doing a lot of independent things. And then we have the gamut the other way. And it's like so important because all of those paths are right. And unique, but like you said, making sure that you're, like for me as a parent, creating opportunities for my kiddo to be as independent as she can and have as many opportunities she can is really, really, really important.
I think some people are so put off by disabled people, or they're shocked to find out that they're just like everyone else, or that, they can't keep a discussion, or they can't keep a job or anything like that. They just don't know what they're thinking. And, for me to work hard and to do what I have to do to live on my own and support myself, and to have like the help and support that I need is amazing. I wouldn't be able to do it without my family and friends. And my friends know that I struggle sometimes, and it's okay to ask for help. But what it's not okay is to judge somebody until you truly know what they are and who they are.
Do you have any tips for like people as adults making friends? Has cultivating friendships been challenging for you, or is it pretty easy?
It's been easy, but it's been hard. But what I try to do is introduce myself first, and I let people get to know me first. And if they feel that, I'm not a part of their, situation, then I'm fine. I have other friends that want me to be in their situation. I'd rather go be with them than to take time to try to be friends with other people that don't want me in their, inner circle. And I just know who my friends are. I could tell by the way that they are, how they, respect me, how they get me involved with them. And, I love it.
Are most of your friends like people with disabilities? Are they typical people? Are they people like with
all different walks of life?
Okay.
All different walks of life.
Yeah.
They're so amazing. They make me happy, and I make them happy knowing that, I'm learning stuff and that I'm educating myself on stuff.
What's your favorite kind of art, or what kind of art do you like?
I like Art Deco, Nouveau. I also like mid to late 20th century type of art. I like British sporting art. I like a whole different variety of art. There's a whole lot of art at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. It's crazy. We have about 20 different galleries.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know it was that big.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. We have
Yeah.
3 full floors, and we're actually having a big expansion starting. And so we're beginning to talk about that, what I'm going to do during that time, how I'm going to work around it, and how I'm going to facilitate for myself. If it's easy for me to do, if it's not easy for me to do, what steps I need to take.
I
Cool.
think that that's such a good point, Marna. Like for people that do work that have disabilities, you have to make sure that you have the accommodations that you need to be successful. So like this construction thing that's coming up, is that something that you prompted to them? Like, hey, what's the
Oh,
plan?
yeah.
Okay.
We've all been on notice. Everybody, all my managers.
You said British sporting art, and like all I can think of is like, what is British sporting art? What is that?
British sporting
Like
art is
dogs?
like fun because it's like horses and cattle and
Okay.
dogs and cats and weird, like cool stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any particular artists that you like personally?
Not really. I just like all the art. I like colorful, fun art. I like Chihuly. We have a Chihuly outside of
Oh
the
yeah.
museum that is so cool. It's like red stripe.
Yeah, I've been to the Chihuly Glass Museum in Seattle.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's the Chihuly Garden and Glass Museum. And
Yeah, my aunt and uncle saw Chihuly when they came to St. Louis, Missouri, not too long ago. I got pictures of Chihuly stuff on my phone from them.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. This over the holiday, because I don't know what day it is. We took both my kids to Meow Wolf. Do you know what a Meow Wolf is?
No.
It's like a interactive art exhibit. I don't know how to explain it, but it's got some weird stuff, and it was super cool. And there's a bunch of Meow Wolves, and everyone is different. So like, there's one in Las Vegas, there's one in Colorado, but they're all different. So you kind of go to the different ones to have different experiences. And I was like, this is super cool. And they're like, you could spend hours just digesting all of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same way at your work.
Yeah, when I first started working there, I was very overstimulated, but I had to learn how to adapt to, different things on different days and stuff.
Yeah. What things helped you like with that when you first, do you remember?
Having my job coach there with me and talking to her about it and having her facilitate what my needs were and
Mhm.
to work with my, coworkers and my managers and other people working to help me and make sure that I'm comfortable with whatever is going on at the time.
Yeah. Gosh. Well, Marna, I love this meeting you. This was like super fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
enjoying my time with you.
yeah, it's great having you on here. Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan, do we have any other questions? Like, I feel like I've asked you so many questions. You can ask us.
No, but one of my favorite artists is Van Gogh, Vincent
Oh
Van
yeah,
Gogh.
we have Van Gogh at the museum. We have
Yeah.
French European, and everyone asks, "Where's the Van Gogh? Where's Van Gogh?" So I'm like, "Here you go."
Yeah, we my mom and I they had this like really immersive, intensive like Vincent Van Gogh exhibit at one of the local museums or something similar to that, and it was really cool. I'll have to show you guys pictures. Yeah,
I did that one when it came here to Denver. It was really cool.
it was
You live
really
in Denver. My brother lives in Denver.
Why have we not met then? We should meet next time you're here.
I definitely would love to come to Denver, Colorado, and see you.
Do you come and see him a lot?
I haven't been able to.
Oh, bummer. Well, don't come right now because it's very cold.
Oh, trust me, it's like 20 degrees tomorrow morning, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cold here right now. Well, Marna, it was so great to have you on the show. We appreciate it. And I look forward to like seeing you out and about in the Williams syndrome community.
I look forward to hanging out with you guys during the convention. I'm excited for
Yeah.
M by Marna to be showcased.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
because she's
me
going to be
too.
one of the exhibitors.
I would love to be.
You should
Yeah.
Put me
be.
on there. I'm glad. Y'all will
Yeah.
never forget
You
how
gotta
much.
start making. You gotta make jewelry now. You gotta
Just
like.
I'm
Oh,
working
trust
on
me,
it.
I already have a plethora of stuff ready to rock and roll.
Okay, I love it. You know, our community always likes like the Williams syndrome colored stuff. Like you could do
Oh,
like
yeah.
blue and
We
green.
already know what to do with that.
So,
Awesome.
That's so awesome, Marna. It was so nice to meet you.
well, once again, Marna, well, thank you so much. We're going to send you croutons and hearts. Woohoo!
Cons and hearts.
That's
Love
what we say.
croutons, love hearts.
Yep.
Yay.
Bye, Brandon. You owe me a
Come
visit.
on.
Love it.
I can't wait for
Mwah.
the convention.
Oh, no, you're coming to Richmond before the convention because
Yes,
we have to
true.
talk business too.
We have things to talk about, girl. You and I. All right, talk soon.
You and I, you and I, my oh my, you and I.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh man.
This is the best. I got to.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. And I am red as a strawberry, and I do not care. On that note, I will talk to you later.
This has been the Starry-Eyed Podcast, presented by the Williams Syndrome Association. The show is hosted by Jennifer Keaton and Brendan Lemieux, and produced by me, Joel Listman. Theme song by Tommy Barbarella and Mariella Elm. Got a question for the show? Email us at podcast@williams-syndrome.org or message us at the Starry-Eyed Podcast page on Facebook. Video version of the podcast available on the Williams Syndrome Association channel on YouTube or on Facebook. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or comment on the video version and maybe it will be featured on a future episode. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Starry-Eyed Podcast wherever you get your podcast delights.